plants. We have Katie Buffo and her grandma, Pam Bolerud. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, which one's the grandmother?
This is my Grandma Pam.
All right, Katie, you contacted us because you're very proud of your grandma. Why? What's the deal?
Well, she was working on the book last spring and summer, and every time she came over to my house, she was so proud of it, and she held it with her, the giant binder that was the original book, and she painstakingly collected, dried, pressed, and glued each seed, each leaf, each stem in the book. And I told her I was just so proud of all the hard work she did and all the research that she did, and I thought, at first it was to make copies for family and share with the grandchildren, and then I thought, well, what if we put it on Amazon and see if other people would be interested too? And we got a really good reception about it, so I just thought it would be a really nice thing to share, especially
Awesome.
with Michigan local plants.
So this is the master copy.
This was what I was just doing. You know, it was just an afternoon thing. Let's go for a ride in the country. And I would see a weed that I was familiar with or not familiar with. And I'd make him pull over and say, Papa, get out, please. I want. People probably thought we were crazy. I probably am. By the way, your mustard is on page 46.
Okay, well, I
knew
mentioned
had it.
the garlic mustard because I knew that's an invasive weed.
Yes, it is.
But some weeds, a lot of them are beautiful.
Every single weed that I found, there's 65 here so far
Oh my gosh.
in this book. Obviously, they're indigenous to Michigan. But I was very surprised. Every single one had medicinal properties.
Did you test them out yourself?
A lot of them I have, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
My family were homeopathic for many, many generations. You can keep. That's for mosquito bites, for small wounds, for
Bruises.
small burns.
She calls it Grandma's green stuff.
Yeah,
She's
we
been
just-
making it for over 20 years.
Does it work?
About
It
50.
works, yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Incredibly.
Yes,
It's like
we
a
would-
salve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
And
can
what
smell
plant?
it.
What
It has flowers and it has weeds.
weeds and flowers?
Yes.
Calendula.
It
So
has
do you have-
calendula,
is it like-
plantain, mint, lavender, comfrey, and beeswax.
It does. It smells pleasant.
It
Yeah.
smells, it's not bad. It's good for little kids. They don't mind it. It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn, but it will stop a mosquito itch in about 15 seconds.
So what's your favorite weed?
I think the trifold and they're,
Are these alphabetical?
no,
No.
no, they're not.
The random.
It's as I found them, they went into the book. I would take them home, press them in about 4 or 5 days because summer's hot, they dry very quick. And then I would just stick them on a page, sit and glue them. And it was sort of like doing a crossword puzzle, you know, piecing them back together and gluing.
Because they shatter.
Oh, a lot. That was terrible to do, the goldenrod.
That looks like it, but it's so well preserved. You brought some photos here, so let's take a look. These are from the
yeah.
book.
That's the dandelion, and I loved so much. She used a knitting needle or a pin and used the glue to glue each seed.
Oh my gosh, that's very complicated.
Just very, very painstaking process.
That's in the book here. I probably could smell it if I just blew across the top of the book.
It will smell not just like weeds, but it has an herby scent because they're all together. And some have pleasant smells and some do not.
Did you have to do research? So you stopped by the side of the road, you found something?
If
like,
I saw one that I didn't recognize, yes, and I would bring it home and study it for 2 or 3 days, read what it was used for, how they used it if it was. I found that growing by my garage, the
I can
Southville.
I can smell this.
Yes, you can.
It's peppermint. I can smell it through the plastic.
Yeah, there is spearmint in there and peppermint in there. That happens to be bow thistle.
What did you find that was surprising about Michigan's weeds and plants?
Well, there's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a fraction of what's out there. I mean, a polka dot of what's out there. And like I said, I was surprised. 2 of them in there are poisonous, but
Oh.
they're also medicinals
Huh.
that I wasn't aware of. But out of gathering 65 common wayside weeds, you know, just on the side of the road or in a little ditch or on the edge of my property. We live in the country in Brighton on Grand River, but our next door neighbor, between us, we have a space, about as wide as your room. And we keep it wild. And there's woodchucks in there and little squirrels, chipmunks, you name it. But also a variety of weeds. And we leave it that way. We like it that way. She does and I do. And there's every kind of a fern in there. There's moss in there, every kind of a weed in there, including a few that I don't care for, like poison ivy. But I love them. I love looking at these because it's not something that you see in your backyard in a flower garden.
No, and you can't go buy them.
No.
Yeah, they're just wild in your yard, and now my 4-year-old can go around the yard and say, you know, that's foxtail millet and that's comfrey, and
They know.
fascinating.
So Katie,
Yeah.
you took this book and you went to a printer or publisher.
I did. I actually scanned each page with my iPhone. I
Really?
didn't know what I was doing. I really wanted to make
I
sure.
didn't know she was doing it.
I wanted to make sure that if anything happened to the book at first, I wanted to save my grandma's knowledge and to be able to preserve it. And then I said, well, what if we, you know, publish it and be able to distribute copies to the grandchildren? And then it just kind of took off from there. We've sold over 100 copies of it so far.
Wow, and so people can order it here.
Yep, if they scan the QR code, it'll take them right to the Amazon link, and then it's also an ebook on Barnes & Noble.
Well, it looks very educational because I'm just learning today that the milkweed is a poison, potentially.
Yeah. But the sap in it is good for removing any kind of a wart or growth.
Huh.
You just put the sap on it and it will remove.
And rheumatism, it treats rheumatism. You know who had rheumatism a lot? Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies.
No, Granny's sitting here.
So
Yes,
these,
I recall that.
yeah,
Her tism.
her
She was-
tism was up, her
Yep.
rheumatism was up.
Yeah.
So are these actually the iPhone scans?
That's iPhone
Yeah.
scans, yes,
Wow.
of each page.
You should let Apple know that. you've
Right?
got, yeah, publishing tools.
You have to excuse the printing. I love to print when I'm thinking. It's because I have chicken scratch
She
handwriting.
was self-conscious about the spelling errors, and she wanted me to type it, but I
wanted
thought it was
nice and neat, but she liked it in my handwriting
Well, I think your handwriting is
and my
perfect.
printing.
Oh, here's a weed for lowering cholesterol. And these work.
Yes.
Huh.
These are all known scientifically.
her living room is just tinctures and salves, and it's
Yeah,
like
well,
we call
it's-
them grandma's potions.
And
So-
the kids know, don't touch it, but ask if they're interested, what is Grandma doing here? And I tell them. And little ones, they remember.
Yeah.
She knows I've been making it forever and ever and ever.
Yep.
Well,
And
it's on.
cousins line up for, when are you making the green stuff? I need a new batch. And,
Are there some things that are edible?
oh, there's a lot in there. Dandelion. You can eat
Eat the entire
dandelion.
plant.
Dandelion wine.
Yep.
Dandelion
There's a
wine.
recipe
You
for
can
dandelion
eat the
wine in the
leaves.
book.
You can eat it as a salad, or you could steam it like you would spinach or something. Yes, many of the weeds in there.
And we're going to actually be at the Grass Lake Market as well in May. On May 14th will be the first time, and she's going to be giving a demonstration there about different weeds and
What you
medicinal
can do with them.
uses. Exactly.
The one weed that is by far, for me, the most medicinal is plantain. And
Plant-
everybody has it. I don't care where you live. I don't care if you're
What is
And-
it?
plantain.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Plantain?
Yes, plantain.
Like the banana?
Yes, the same spelling.
Oh.
But this
I'll
is
take your word
plantain
for it.
majorata, and I can guarantee if you had a little strip of weeds somewhere in the back, I could find it for you within a minute. Everyone
This one.
has it.
Plantain.
The leaves, because this is a photo, are about this big.
You know, I think everyone should have a grandma like you. Well, we appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks for sharing your Weeds by the Wayside, and good luck. Hopefully
you
it's
so much, Bart.
a big bestseller. Good to see you.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
it's at least interesting for people because, like I said, it contains many weeds that are right around your house. I don't care if you have put down weed killers or whatever, you're going to have weeds.
I learned a lot today. Thanks to our guest, published author, Pam Bolerud, and her granddaughter, Katie
My
Buffalo.
sweetie.
More to come on today.